Howdy, Beefalo Bart here, and welcome. Alright, in previous videos I showed how to get the ANK Mark 38 with a fresh playthrough. And I'm back on the same fresh playthrough again. And I'm actually on the PTS right now so that I can actually use the concept or the ability to have multiple saves, which will be nice. So that I could actually have my normal playthrough with all the cool stuff and all the things unlocked, and then have a new one that I can keep doing tutorials with. So with this Mark 38, I'm going to go ahead and deploy. Actually, I'm going to retain it, and I'm going to change maps. Now, I'm going to come to Tamir, which is the Russian map. This is the very first one you go to, and I'm already here in the garage. There is a mission that I covered in a previous video, but I want to show it again with this fresh playthrough. So what I'm going to do is actually go to the location, get it, and then I'm going to drive and complete it using the path that I normally use. And that's going to highlight it on the map because right now I have not explored anywhere on this map whatsoever. But what we're going to end up doing is we're going to drive down this road here, come all the way around, and we're going to get to, actually I'm sorry, we're going to come right here, turn here, come down this road, we're going to cut through here, cut across here, and where we're going is actually like right in here. So I just want to show you that you can actually do this with no other missions done, and if you wanted to go ahead and start farming a little bit of XP, as you can see with this fresh playthrough, I've got no money, 2750, and I'm only a level 2. So I'm going to go to my truck storage. I'm going to get the Mark 38 out. We're going to deploy it, and we're going to leave garage. And all we've got to do to get this mission is take our truck. We don't need a trailer because this thing has the space in back to be able to carry what we're going to run. Now this is unmodified. It is bone stock. The only thing I did was change the paint color and put the lights on top. I actually don't like the flashing beacons on here, but I do like the lights in case I want to run at nighttime. So come right over here. Even bone stock, this is more than capable of actually completing this mission. So just turn down this little muddy road. And the yellow box right in front of us is where we pick up that mission from. New objective discovered. So I'm actually going to go ahead and back up into it. The target goal is to be less than 6 minutes, and it's really going to be easy to do. So you just hit, I'm on PC, so I'm going to hit C, and I'm going to hit Enter, and then I'm going to go for it. The pickup location is right here. So all we need to do is pull into a thing here, hit C, hit E, hit F, hit escape, and keep on rolling. I'm going to switch to the interior view because it makes it a little bit easier to get through this first section. Because you get kind of a tight exit here. Without any upgrades on this truck, it's not going to be as fast, which won't really be a bad thing. It's got good mud tires, so it's going to be able to run this. And it should have enough lift to get through the ditch with no issues. And we'll see. And I'll point it out whenever I get there. So we're just going to come up here. I'm not going to use any waypoints because I can't see on the map where I'm going. I just know where I'm going. So once we get across these little concrete pads, we're going to make a left. Now that I'm out of that area, I'm going to go back into my exterior view. You're still going to have to be cautious. I mean, it's not bad. It's worse when you actually have the lift kit on here and the bigger tires. But it's not 100% stable. So you do need to take a little bit of care when you're going through some of these sections. Think about your wheel placement and how you can keep from rolling over. So when we get here, we're just going to go straight. And this is full-time all-wheel drive, so you don't have to worry about engaging or disengaging. It just works. You can see it is a little bobbly and top-heavy. So with the rate that I'm having to travel, it's going to take me a little bit longer to go through here. Again, we want to kind of split through it here. There's this tree. It's okay to run it over. Go between these two trees, aiming for that little tree, and then you start turning, and it should line you up pretty good to go slow into the ditch, because it is going to be a little bit top heavy. And you want to go between the big rocks here and those rocks right there, and again, just be careful. Even though it was a timed event, you don't have to be in a hurry. You've got plenty of time to make it, and even a slower time, you're still going to get the experience and the XP. We're just going to drive straight across here, aiming for here and going between these trees right here. Don't worry about the damage, because as soon as you finish the objective, then you can just reset back to the garage and go do it all over again. And that'll give you full fuel and repairs. So now that we're back on the road again, so just be cautious. Now, there are going to be some spots where there's dips in the road that may cause you to start bouncing. Start bouncing, ease off the accelerator so that you can prevent yourself from rolling over. Like right in here, it's easy to hit those bumps and roll over. And it's rare that I do roll this truck over, but it does happen. When you get to this point, and yes, there's a vehicle recovery there. Like I said, I haven't done any missions on here. I want to stick to the left a little bit, because there is that dip on the right that will cause you to roll over, and I have rolled over in that spot before. And as soon as you have to recover or you lose your cargo, it's mission over. You'll still want to recover the cargo so that you can put it back onto a trailer or a truck and then remove cargo to get rid of it. And so what I mean about easy to get into a bad spot here, that was a close call again. Like I said, this is all 100% fresh playthrough. A decent way to go across this area here instead of going directly through the mud is to aim for this tree, knock it out of the way, and aim for this signpost there. Get close to it. You don't have to knock it over, but just get close to it. Here, with a tippy truck, I like to turn sharp to go across. Take your time, get into this stuff here. You'll actually be able to move a little bit faster. This spot is going to be really bouncy, so I'm going to take it nice and slow. If you're worried about, getting ham-fisted and going too fast, you can always switch it to low gear, and it will force you to go slower. You don't really need it, but if you think that you have a chance of rolling over, save yourself the effort and just drop it in low gear. You can see the icon on the map of where we need to go. But by actually driving this one time, we're unlocking the fog of war to be able to see where we're going. So if you're new to the map, then once you do it one time, then you're able to see it on the map, and you just keep going over and over. So just take your time. We're at 5:30. Like I said, my target goal was with a slow run, to be right around the 6-minute mark. With this truck right here, it is kind of tippy, so you want to be cautious. Take your time. The Tega, I believe it's a 6430, is actually one of the best for doing this run. There's some other trucks that are better overall for this run because of the stability wise. these trees. You're going to get some soft mud inside here, so just try to get a little bit of momentum going. Maybe stick to the left-hand side over here. And 610. And enter. And that was enough to get me level 3 right there. 540 XP and 5,600 credits. And then at that point, just recover back to the garage. And you're all set. So that was good enough right there. And I'm going to go ahead and actually go into my truck store. For a scout vehicle, your primary vehicle is going to be this. And right off the bat, you're not going to have any upgrades for it. And you just got the stock engine, stock gearbox, suspension, tires. Now that I'm level 3, I can get all season tires. And one thing to keep in mind as you're leveling up, and you're able to unlock more things, to be able to go to these 38-inch tires and say, if I want to go to the mud tires, well, first off, I need a suspension lift, and I'm not sure, but some of the tires actually have a level requirement on them. But right now, all I can do is the 31s. If I go to a 35, I have to upgrade my suspension, and if I'm going to do 35s, I might as well do 38s. So the suspension upgrade, you're going to have to explore and find that. And it will come in handy having the lift and having the snorkel. So I would go ahead and add the snorkel now. Frame add-ons. Well, you're not going to get the roof rack until level 14, but you can get some supplies that go into the back until you're able to get to level 5, when you can get the roof rack up here. As you can see, this is only going to give you a spare tire and some gas, but this is actually going to give you some repair parts and a spare tire. So it wouldn't hurt to go ahead and start upgrading. And at level 5, I'd go ahead and get that small roof rack until you get to level 14. By then, you're going to have other vehicles to work with. The engageable, you're going to have to find that as well. For the diff lock, I haven't needed the diff lock. Whenever you possibly can, for your primary scout vehicle, I would go ahead and get the autonomous scout. Now, keep in mind, we have upgraded by adding these things, this right here in, and this in here. But whenever you go to change your tires, I'm going to go ahead and put on the 31-inch all-season. Now, if you look at the rating, average, good, average, 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 good, good, average, average. You can go ahead and pick what you want. I like this look, so I'm actually going to go with that. And once I do, the key here is I now have the stock wheel left over. I can sell that. You're going to get 1,000 credits back. And whenever you upgrade your tires again, make sure you sell your old tires and you can get those credits back. I don't have really anything else on here. Those look good, but they don't really serve a purpose. Rooftop. I do like having that. I like the extra lights. And front bumper, well, that just looks cool, so I'm going to add that on there as well. But remember, you can come back in here and sell the stock one. It's not much, but it was 300. Rims, I like those, but you have only one other choice. And paint, you can do whatever color you want. You know, I'm fine with the red for right now. But this is going to be your primary scout for right now. And what I want to do is start showing some other videos that show you how to get other scout vehicles and the pros and cons of them. So until then, I want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.